The Midnight Mission is only as successful as their individual success stories. And here's one now. It's my great pleasure to introduce you to Toby Metz, everybody.
Story about Skid Row and the Midnight Mission.
Midnight!
There's this row back there of current alumni and current attendees and graduates and people from the Midnight Mission, and they are solid dudes that have become men, and they were probably bums on Skid Row not that long ago. I made the foolish mistake of inviting a date to this event to see how cool I look, and I'm like, but I'm going to tell a story about being a homeless guy. And what's your connection to Norm? And Norm's rare guitars. Norm gave me my first guitar in sobriety because I was a homeless guy. And about all the low points in my life, it brought me to this wonderful pinnacle moment here. My claim to fame is I didn't die. This is a fundraiser for the Midnight Mission, a charity event. Norm has done a lot of events for them historically, as I mentioned very briefly. He also touched me personally by handing me a guitar when I didn't have one to play, and I sat in the stairwell of the Mission and I wrote a bunch of songs on that guitar, and I tuned up in the stairwell here earlier tonight. Some things never change. And what the Midnight Mission did for me, so they talked about all the meals they serve. I discovered the Midnight Mission because I heard they served free food, and I stumbled on down there and I got myself a free little meal, and then I hung out in the courtyard, and what I didn't know is there was a whole thing going on inside, and somebody from their case management team came down, and the way I tell the story is it was like in The Wizard of Oz, where Dorothy wakes up and she's like, and you were there, and you. Some of those folks are here tonight. But what they did is they asked me if I wanted help, and I didn't know what I was saying yes to. And I went in there and started my journey at the Midnight Mission. And I didn't figure it out right away on that first trip through. And when I did come back, because the court urged me to do so, and I humbly approached the gates of the Midnight Mission. I was told, no man, this is for people who haven't screwed it up. And I had gone in there and I had kind of run amok, and I said, I'll do whatever it takes. And so Dave asked me if I was going to tell the story, the CEO, the director of the Midnight Mission. He left me in the courtyard for 8 days. And, but the funny thing is, I don't know if I'd be sitting here if I hadn't had to demonstrate that kind of willingness or do whatever it took. But what happened when I walked into the Midnight Mission is I said, tell me what to do. And the good thing is, it's a soft landing for somebody like me. You don't have to know what's going on. They tell you when to wake up and you go do your little job, and all of a sudden you're a part of something. And all those meals they talked about being cooked, the meal that I had stood in line to eat, I was all of a sudden a part of preparing those meals and serving them and giving back to the community. And it starts slow, and what happened is I started to feel like I was a part of something, and I got introduced to recovery in a way that I hadn't previously been introduced to it. And I also had a lot of stuff on the outside going on. I had a daughter that was being raised without me. I had basically run from all responsibilities in my life, and I had this soft landing to not worry about any of this stuff. I actually eventually transitioned out of the Midnight Mission into their family housing program, or Home Light. They have all the little girl who was essentially homeless without the Home Light program that we got accepted into, just got into the hoity-toityest school in Los Angeles on a scholarship. My kid just got it. I'm going to brag. This is the brag moment. She just got into Harvard Westlake on a scholarship. When we were applying there, I was like, please don't get in. I can't afford that. They got in and they're going to pay for it. The foundation that I received at the Midnight Mission has allowed me to be a human and be a productive member of society, and to think normalcy enough that a pretty girl attended this event with me, not knowing that I was going to talk about how I ended up in the Midnight Mission. And I'm here because whenever I'm asked to be of service in any way for the Midnight, I do. some points that I got reiterated by asking and hearing it tonight. The Midnight Mission survives on private funding. It does not take money from the government. It's not taking these dudes insurance because they don't have insurance. They're supported by people like you, and it gives opportunities to people like me. And if you had looked at me 11 and a half years ago, you would have thought like, no way. There's people in this room, they probably weren't betting against me, but they weren't thinking, that guy's gonna make it. And the life that I lead today is unrecognizable. I am a productive, responsible member of society. I'm at like frickin' 4 school functions a week now. I'm at every play she does. I'm at every dance. I show up for life. And one of the caveats is, you guys, now that I did my little pitch, and I'll go back and say more stuff, I get to play you guys a song. And I don't know if the guitar is audible. You can hear it? Hey! So this kind of thing started because the first time that I was at the Midnight Mission, they did a thing called Music with a Mission, and there were some very talented musicians performing, and I, per Georgia's telling, walked up and said something like, yeah man, I could do that. And when I came back, she said, if you stay sober for 6 months, I will get you a gig, and you can do the Music with a Mission. And so I did that. And I'm sharing the stage with some phenomenal, incredible talent. Like the guy, I'm not even the 3rd most talented musician from the Mission that's here tonight. I'm used to being at least in the top 50th percentile of the dudes at the campfire. I write songs that are like very short, because where somebody else would put a bridge, I go, the song's over. And that's fine. I'll just play a song. And I'm glad that you're in love. Can't you see it on my face? And that might not be true, yeah, but the song's not for you. The song's not for you. The song ain't for you. And I see it all again, and I wish it on the wind. Good fortune to my friends, yeah, but the song's not for them. The song's not for them. The song ain't for them. My old man just coasts along, and he'll never hear this song. I guess I just can't win, yeah, but the song's not for him. The song's not for him. The song ain't for him. Lord knows I love my mom, and she'll never hear this song. I miss the way things were, yeah, but the song's not for her. The song's not for her. The song ain't for her. So I work that I might be, it's some part of all that's free. And I might never be, yeah, but this song is for me. This one is for me. This song is for me. So I'm glad that you're in love. Can't you see it on my face? And that might not be true, yeah, but this song's not for you. And there would be a bridge there if I wrote songs with bridges. I'll talk forever. I was so nervous about doing this because of all the talent and the incredible musicianship and the history and I mean, this show opened with a 13-year-old lighting the room on fire, like, come on. 45 with high excuse. I'm only here because I didn't die. And then I'll bring... And I'll bring it back try the Midnight Mission. I tried a lot of stuff. I went to detoxes. I was able to stay sober in jail for 2 weeks once. And some changed, and there's a lot of factors that go into the willingness that's necessary, but having the facility and the structure and the program available when somebody is willing is priceless. And to be able to do it without a cost associated, without any flaming hoops to jump through, without any approvals. If I had not been able to walk in there that one day with nothing but my word that I'm willing to do whatever you guys tell me to do, I don't know if I'd be here today. And I'm not here to say I'd be dead. I probably would be dead. I came into the Midnight Mission with like 13 teeth, and my buddy Ted's here, who came in with, he was one-tooth Ted. And I guarantee you couldn't pick him out of this room because he is sharp. His jacket is more expensive than anybody else's jacket in this room. But the teeth aren't his. And I'll play a very brief little piece of another song. It's as sad as the first one, as bridgeless as the first one. It's basically the same song, but sadder. Once we danced around the moon. Once we sighed like lovers do. And now I only sing the blues. And you're a red dress kind of girl. And you won't ask me to stay. You know I'm leaving anyway. You won't ask me to stay. You think I'm leaving anyway. And what a sunflower full of seeds. Need a dried up tumbleweed. You got what you need. I got what I need. So just don't ask me. You know I'm leaving anyway. Just don't ask me to stay. You know I'm leaving anyway. And that's that. There's no bridge.
Toby Metz, everybody. Hope is never dead. There's always a brighter day around the corner if you allow yourself to submit your soul to the system like he did. And he really turned around. A wonderful story. And you can be very proud that you're here helping to facilitate people on the same path as Toby. Another round of applause for Toby Metz. Amazing. I'd also like to tell you about the Midnight Mission's Homelight Family Living Program. There you go. This is in South Bay. Families stay together or are reunited and find a path of recovery, repair, and direction toward a new future for mothers, fathers, and kids. What a great system they have down there. So if you go on their website, midnightmission.org,